Good morning, everyone. Dear respected Ms. Lillian Chang, dear Professor Richard Chambers, distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends. Good morning. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to the Center for AI and Robotics, Hong Kong Institute Science and Innovation Chinese Academy, Hong Kong. And thanks to join the launch ceremony for this Hong Kong MedTech Hub. The Hong Kong MedTech Hub is a joint partnership between CAIR and King's College London. Hong Kong is striving to become an international innovation and technology center and a scientific research collaboration platform. I believe this collaboration brings enormous opportunity for both parties to contribute to the medtech industry and to contribute to the growth of Hong Kong. So today, we are very honored to have senior management from both institutes flying from London and Beijing to join us in Hong Kong to officially launch this great initiative. So first, please join me in welcoming Dr. Mu Kexiong, the Vice President of the Institute Automation Chinese Academy of Science, to on the stage give us the opening speech on behalf of CAIR, Institute Automation Chinese Academy of Science and CAIR. 书记，请。
首先，我代表中国科学院自动化研究所，向各位专家、领导、学界的朋友们表示热烈的欢迎和衷心的感谢。国家主席习近平指出，人工智能是新一轮科技革命和产业变革的重要驱动力量，正在对经济发展、社会进步等各方面产生深远的影响。当前新一轮人工智能技术的兴起，为医疗行业实现智能化转型升级提供了新思路、新手段、新方法，也为医疗机器人等制造行业带来了重大的发展机遇。中国科学院自动化研究所成立于1956年，是中国最早开展智能科学与技术的建制化单位，在基础理论研究、关键核心技术研发、创新成果的转化等方面形成了良好的生态。自动化所聚集了人工智能重大基础科学问题、核心技术理论，产生了系列的成果，构建了从原始创新研发到成果转化的完整的创新链。中国科学院香港创新研究院是中国科学院在香港设立的首个科研机构，其建设和发展定位为国际一流新兴研发机构，吸引国际高端人才和创新的高地，科技创新合作交流的枢纽。创新研究院以后与中国科学院自动化研究所率先在香港设立了人工智能与机器人创新中心。自动化所与伦敦国防学院有着长期的良好的合作。此次创新中心与伦敦国防学院的强强联合，签约成立联合实验室，开启了双方携手聚焦前沿技术、解决医疗领域的重大难题的新篇章，可谓是恰逢其时，意义深远。我希望双方以更加开放包容的态度，在更高的起点、更高的水平上开展深度务实的合作，汇聚全球创新人才与资源，造福民生与福祉。我也相信未来必将大有可为，前景必将 风光无限。最后，预祝本次献玉仪式圆满成功，祝各位嘉宾身体健康，谢谢。
So next, please join me to welcome Professor Richard Chambers, the Senior Vice President for Life Science and Health at King's College London, also the Executive Director of King's Health Partner, on the stage giving us the opening speech on behalf of King's College London. Professor Chambers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honglin. Under Secretary, Ms. Linian Zhang, Mr. Wong, colleagues, thank you very much for those opening words on behalf of CAIR. It's really a very great pleasure to be here with you in Hong Kong. I bring greetings from our university president, Professor Kshitij Kapoor, who unfortunately could not make this journey himself, but I am personally absolutely delighted to be here. It's now 4 years since I last had the chance to come to Hong Kong. It's my first visit to the Science Park, and I'm wonderfully impressed. And yesterday I had the great pleasure of hearing of the ambitions of this MedTech hub. And there is no question that our very extensive history in medicine at King's College in London and the opportunities that this hub presents for us to continue the much needed advances in healthcare that can be achieved through the aspirations of the hub will be welcomed not only in this collaboration but have meaning globally. And I think this is something we should be very proud of, and we certainly at King's are delighted to be engaging in this new initiative with you. So I'm also would like to take the opportunity, if I may, to thank my colleague, Professor Oustelin, for bringing together the expertise we have across King's, not only in our biomedical engineering, our imaging sciences, our application that is relevant to the centre, but also, of course, in looking for an opportunity that will advance our broader thinking within King's, and, of course, in the way in which we can work together internationally to accelerate the advancements that are much needed. So with that, I send our very best wishes from London. We congratulate you on bringing this opportunity together, and we look forward very much to new opportunities to meet with you, and certainly in the future to welcome you to London to visit with us. Thank you very much.
So today we are also very grateful for our distinguished guest, Ms. Lilian Chang and Mr. Ara Wang, for making your time to join us today to celebrate this launch of MedTech Hub. This demonstrates your unwavering support from Hong Kong Innovation Technology Industry Bureau and from Science Park to our center. So first, let's welcome Ms. Lilian Chang, the Undersecretary of Innovation Technology and the Industrial Bureau, on the stage to deliver your speech.
Actually, the unwavering support for this joint lab is not only from the Innovation Technology and Industry Bureau, but from the whole government. So yeah, because we are very excited to be here and then to of course, welcome our King's College London's colleague to be here, and which is a very a significant encouragement to the development of Hong Kong's I&T ecosystem. And of course, we have the partners of our 中国科学院香港创新研究院，特别是中国科学院的这个 support. Yeah. So 穆书记, Professor Trambert, Professor Arslin, 曾所长, 洪斌主任, Albert, 严毅然, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today, I'm delighted to be here to witness the grand opening of the Hong Kong-London MedTech Joint Laboratory concertedly led by Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics under Hong Kong Institute of Science and Innovation, Chinese Academy of Sciences, and King's College London. The Chief Executive's 2022 policy address sets out a four-pronged strategy for taking Hong Kong's innovation and technology development to the next level, with a vision to develop Hong Kong as an international innovation and technology center, as entrenched in the National 14th Five-Year Plan. Over the years, the government has rolled out a series of initiatives to unleash Hong Kong's innovation and technology potential, and I'm sure that you can feel that. Right? 28 research centers or laboratories have been established here in the Hong Kong Science Park under the HK Research Clusters, a flagship initiative to develop Hong Kong as the hub for global research collaboration. The Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics, led by the Hong Kong Institute of Science and Innovation, Chinese Academy of Sciences, is one of them, and it's a very important one indeed. With the vision of global research collaboration under the HK Research Clusters in mind, we are delighted to witness today the establishment of the Hong Kong-London MedTech Joint Laboratory, representing solid and strategic partnership between CAIR and the King's College London. We look forward to more impactful researches being delivered under the enhanced collaboration through this joint laboratory, which will surely make significant contributions to the Hong Kong's MedTech innovation ecosystem, as what Professor just mentioned. So again, may I extend my warmest congratulations to CAIR and King's College London on your meaningful collaboration. And I wish the joint laboratory every success in its research and development endeavors, as well as the Greater Bay Area International MedTech Symposium to be held this afternoon, a great success. Thank you very much.
So next, let's welcome Mr. Albert Ha-Keung Huang, the CEO of Hong Kong Science Park, to on stage deliver his speech.
Thank you. It's actually very difficult to do a speech after Lillian because the thing that I say may be very similar to what she said. So I just throw in my speech and talk about what I really want to talk about. I think this is important. Hong Kong has been embarking on this journey of innovation technology for the past few years. And it's probably new for many people who think of Hong Kong as financial center, logistics, and retail and things like that. But really, we have been putting a lot of resources into innovation technology and new industrialization in the past few years. The latest statistics is that 190 billion Hong Kong dollars, roughly 20 billion pounds, have been put into technology innovation in the past 5-6 years. 20 billion pounds, that's a lot of money. It's not more than that, and actually, I think the highlight has been last June 30th last year when President Xi came visit the Science Park in this very building. Actually, he was downstairs, and I had the privilege to present him 7 different indigenous innovations coming from Hong Kong. One of them was a surgical robot, and I was actually able to operate that. So there's a lot of milestones that are happening in the past few years, and with the highlight of last June. And President Xi clearly said that Hong Kong has to become the international innovation technology hub of the country, the only international innovation technology hub of the country. There are Shanghai, Beijing, there are innovation technology hubs, but we are the only one that's international. And he says that we have to do a lot of work in terms of talents, technology development, basic research, and connect everything from the university basic research into the industry. And this is exactly what we do in here in Science Park. We've been around 20 years. At the moment, we have about 1,100 companies, 19,000 working population here. If you walk around at lunchtime, you see a lot of young people walking around. Of the 19,000 people, 12,000 of them are research and development. So every 3 R&D people in Hong Kong, one of them will work in here. And I will emphasize the D more than the R. The university will keep on doing the researches, and we'll do some research here, but our job is to translate and help them do the D part, the research and development, commercialization, and finding customers, finding investment. In fact, in the past few years, in the past 5 years, the kind of early stage VC investment that happens here in Science Park amounts to 80 billion Hong Kong dollars. All right, 80 billion Hong Kong dollars, talk about 8 billion pounds in 5 years. It's not a lot of money. It's probably 1 day of transaction in the Hong Kong exchange. But if you talk about early stage investment, that's quite a bit, starting from zero. So what we do here in the Science Park is to help research translate into commercialization and finding investors. And there'll be more things to come. And one of the things that we are going to do more in the next few years, and actually starting now, is to bring more talents into Hong Kong. Talent is a big part of the whole equation about technology innovation in industries. And one of the things that I can go on and on, but I think one of the messages that I want everyone in the room, or even if there's anyone online, really is that it's not just myself, but Hong Kong is open. And we want people to come here in terms of talent, people, companies, ideas. And we are here to work with the universities and research institutes like中科院to help translate, commercialize, and make things happen. And we're here to help, and we're open for business. So I hope this event will be one of the bigger ones to help drive this forward, and I wish you a successful event today. Thank you.
So I'm sure now everyone would like to know what is the vision of this MedTech Hub, what is the mission of this joint initiative, and where is the strength from both institutes, and how we're going to work together. So the next session, we're going to welcome Professor Da-Jun Zheng and Professor Seb Osselin to on stage introduce us the from both CAIR and KCL. So first, let's welcome Professor Da-Jun Zheng on stage.
PowerPoint. So dear academic partners, colleagues, and distinguished guests, good morning. My name is Da-Jun Daniel. I go by the professional name by Daniel. I appreciate this opportunity to give a brief introduction to Chinese Academy of Sciences, Institute of Automation, and CAIR, and discuss our overall collaborative plan with our research partner, King's College London. I guess it doesn't work as instructed, so yeah, please, it's next page. Okay. The Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics, CAIR, is part of the Hong Kong Institute of Science and Innovation of Chinese Academy of Sciences. The main lead behind CAIR is the Institute of Automation, Chinese Academy of Sciences, CAISI, with major funding support from the Inner Hong Kong program from Hong Kong Innovation and Technology Commission, ITC, and also from the Chinese Academy of Sciences. CAIR is aiming at becoming a world-class research institute for AI and robotics with a focus on applications in healthcare, fintech, and arts. Since its establishment in 2020, we have created a collaborative network of local universities and healthcare partners in Hong Kong. Today, we're kicking off our first formal international collaboration partnership at the institution level with KCL. So we're quite excited. Jointly with our partners around the globe, we hope to become an international hub for scientific research and technological innovation with global influence in the greater Bay Area. Next slide, please. So let me very briefly introduce the CAIR. CAIR established, as Dr. Mu mentioned earlier, in 1956. This is a milestone year because it's the same year as artificial intelligence as a discipline emerged. The CAIR is a major automation science and AI research and development center. It boasts 2 state K laboratories specialized in AI and control of complex systems, and 3 academicians. CAIR has won multiple national science and technology awards. In terms of the research productivity, CAIR ranks the number 5 in the world and the first in China in terms of the number of papers published in top-tier journals in the field of pattern recognition and in general artificial intelligence. Elsevier has recognized CAIR as an important, what they call influential organization in the field of artificial intelligence globally. Next slide. So a couple of research highlights based on the recent advances made by CAIR researchers. In the past 10 or 20 years, the CAIR researchers have accumulated a tremendous amount of expertise dealing with voice, image, video, and text. Now, those approaches before, they were very compartmentalized. This specialized single modality, this is what we call it in the technical community, this single modality approach has obvious limitations. Accumulating labeled data is very time-consuming and costly. And cutting across the modalities and enabling multi-modality applications are very difficult. In the past 2 years, CAIR researchers have developed an alternative multi-modality approach. This approach is the first in the world to handle 3 modalities simultaneously, including the voice, including the image, including the text for sure. And this approach, the system based on this approach called 子东太初 uses 900 million pairs of weakly associated vision, the language and speech raw data to perform the self-supervised pre-training, and then can learn up to a couple million entities automatically. And those concepts are semantically rich, and the relationships between those concepts can be automatically identified. This system has been applied to multiple multimodal scenarios with great success. For example, we have created a smart virtual assistant capable of engaging in multimedia dialogues with human users. The approach can help perform surface inspection in industry settings and also can facilitate sign language teaching. And we are in the process, jointly working with our partners, we're trying to apply this approach in the medical domain as well. Next slide. The second highlight, CAIR researchers has done a lot of work in human brain mapping, high performance language processing, and auditory computing modeling. Next. CAIR jump-started the CAIR research program by providing its research talents and expertise in areas we just discussed, such as large pre-training AI models, pattern recognition algorithms, as well as robotics and sensor technologies. In the domain of medical technology, or MedTech, which is the main focus of CAIR, we try to integrate all these research strengths and streams together, including those from our partners, to create a smart surgical theater for future minimally invasive surgery and to enable successful clinical translation. Next. More specifically, CAIR identified and developed 4 key technological pillars to enable minimally invasive robotics surgery using flexible robots. Flexible endoscopic robot system and control. You can tell I'm not an expert in this area. And the real-time monitoring the real-time interactive surgery digital simulation, which is used to simulate the robot's movement and capture robot tissue interactions, haptic and shape setting, and combining these three capabilities to enable multimodal data fusion for smart awareness. Next. On the algorithm side, CAIR is focusing on developing the AI theater manager system based on our multimodal foundation model to monitor surgical operations and processes and to ensure safe surgical space. Next. From the point of view of research expertise, CAIR and KCL are quite complementary with a healthy portion of overlapping interests. Next. From the point of view of collaboration mechanisms, CAIR and KCL have jointly planned for an array of activities covering student and faculty exchange, joint funding, creating an expanded set of healthcare partners, combining each party's research strength to achieve technical breakthroughs and translations, and joining efforts and resources for branding and outreach. Next. So CAIR and Institute of Automation are quite excited about our partnership with KCL. We hope to jointly make major impact on healthcare and contributing to the growing medtech industry in Hong Kong. We wish to thank our partners, some of them are listed on this slide, in Hong Kong and in particular the ITC for their support. Thanks.
Thanks, Daniel. So now next, let's welcome Professor Sebastian Orselin, Professor of Healthcare Engineering at King's College London, also the head of the School of Biomedical Engineering and Imaging Sciences. Seb.
Thank you, Yongbin. Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today, and we are really, really excited about launching this new program between our two sites. I just would like to highlight this is the first major international collaborations that we are creating, and so it was for us a very big strategic development to come here in Hong Kong, and I'm hoping this will work now. And if it doesn't, it does. So I would like first to very briefly give you a bit of a perspective about the opportunity as well of the partnership with King's College London. It's not only King's College, it's as well it's three NHS trusts which comprise of King's College Hospital, Guy's and St Thomas Hospital and the Moseley Hospital. Those three NHS trusts bring over 4.8 million patient contacts. We're talking about one of the largest active clinical trial environment, over 600 clinical trials ever happening in parallel. We're talking about over 58,000 patients involved in those trials. And certainly very important aspect, the education program within KCL is one of the largest, if not the largest, in Europe. And the way that we have developed our research program and education, it's to have a co-location with those three major NHS trust hospitals to make sure that this co-location is enabling a co-creation with our NHS partners, but as well with industry who are on site working closely with us. Those three key sites are called our hubs. We've got hubs related to neuroscience, which has as well a major activity in mind and body and mental health, which is in Denmark Hill, aligned with Moseley and King's College Hospital. We have a hub on biotech and pharma, which is next to the Shard in Tower Bridge, where we have the immunology, biomedical sciences, and advanced therapy activities, which is, as I say, our biotech hub. And then we have the MedTech Hub, which I have the pleasure to lead which is at St. Thomas Hospital, right in front of the Parliament and Big Ben, a very lovely view from the hospital, which is focusing on medtech, medical technology, which has historically had a huge footprint already in the domain of imaging that we have extended across all of the different medical devices, and took the opportunity as well to have one of the only hospitals in the UK which has a collocation between children health and as well adult. So we can actually be across all of the different age range. Next slide, please. I can move myself. Yeah, okay. So the core research activity that I'm having the pleasure to lead is under the School of Biomedical Engineering and Imaging Sciences, which is one of the 6 schools within the Faculty of Life Sciences and Medicine within KCL, is by now the largest in terms of scale and ranking in Europe. We are 4th on the Shanghai ranking, number 1 in Europe. We're just below Harvard Medical School, Johns Hopkins University and Stanford, so I'm quite happy to be with those colleagues in the top 4. We have over 620 staff, over 78 academics, and we've got many different areas of strengths, but in particular we have one of the only 3 in the UK AI center in medical imaging and value-based healthcare. We've got as well a new department of surgical interventional engineering, which has a lot of activity related to surgical robotics and the application of artificial intelligence and sensors in surgery intervention, which is really very well aligned with the strengths and activity within CAIR. But we have as well, I think, some complementarity in research where we have the largest imaging program where we can bring information about the patient before the intervention, before the surgery, as for instance in surgical planning, and a large activity in digital twins using complex computational models to be able to do prediction or to prepare for an intervention. So really, why did we decide to build a MedTech Hub? And I think this is the same concept which is happening here in the HK MedTech Hub. Translating innovating medical technology has been a challenge anywhere in the world. And the main challenge is a multidisciplinary activity. The fact that a lot of medical technology are actually delivered and developed by computer scientists, roboticists, engineers, people like me, while those technology needs to be delivered to surgeons, physicians, healthcare workers. And the way to deliver those technology requires to integrate those technology into patient pathway, into hospital setting, and as well needs to work very closely with industry to follow the very stringent regulation, healthcare regulation, to enable your technology to reach CE mark or FDA approval, enabling you then to reach patients' benefit at scale. This is a very challenging environment. You need to have all of those multidisciplinary activity together. And most of the people working in engineering and computer sciences have, I would say, and I can say this as an engineer myself, certainly a poor understanding of all of those challenges. So need to work very closely with not only our clinician and physician, but as well with regulatory advisors and with industry. And the main reason this is so important is we don't want to optimize only the amount of papers we make. We want to optimize the benefit we provide to patients. And this is really the most important equation, we believe, which is how we're going to optimize patient benefit out of our research. And the way to do this is through the development of such infrastructure when you bring research excellence into the clinical domain, working side by side with industry, and enabling not only the clinical but as well the commercial translation of those medical device technology. And we believe this is exactly the concept that we are going to bring in collaboration with our colleagues in Hong Kong. We have this in London right now, where we have the largest concentration of medtech research facility embedded into an hospital environment anywhere in the UK, if not in Europe. We are all across the site, and we believe the experience and expertise that we accumulated over the years in the clinical and commercial translation can be of great benefit and support to the development of this new MedTech hub in Hong Kong. And we believe that we will bring together the latest robotic and AI research, both from CAIR and from King's, to engineer better health for Hong Kong and beyond. This is a very exciting area, just giving you just a visual feeling about the type of technology that we are actually working on, and we are co-developing already with our great colleagues and friend Hong Bin Liu and his team, from augmented reality, virtual reality, surgical planning, interventional imaging, surgical robotic, macroscopy interventions, and different type of surgical planning, including as well how do we build this next generation of operating room when you will have, in the same way that you have a control tower in an airport, you will have a control room in your OR to make sure that you can actually optimize the surgery and avoid any comorbidity. I'm just giving you just a bit of a flavor of one of the projects that we're going to work very closely on, which started at King's College London under the leadership of Professor Hong Bin Liu, which is an autonomous colonoscope solution. We have already a proof of concept, we have patents, and now we're going to push this technology to the next level in terms of the translational pathway and get this technology into the hand of our clinician, do the full clinical human trial, and eventually get this technology into the market and therefore benefiting our patients globally. And this is just one example of many technologies that we will develop together. So in conclusion, I would like to thank you very much for this amazing opportunity. We are very excited to be part of it. For us, it's more than a partnership, it's a strategic engagement, and it's a long-term engagement. We have many plans already in place, and we are very much looking forward to make a difference to all of our patients. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Seb. The future success of the Joint Lab needs the support from Hong Kong's key opinion leaders in innovation and technology sector, and also needs the trust and confidence from the permanent industrial partners in us. So today, we are honored to have the Legislative Council members, Mr. Eric Im, Mr. Duncan Chiu, and also Dr. He Chao, President of Microport MedBot, join us today. So first, I would like to welcome Mr. Eric Im Kong, the member of Logistic Council of Hong Kong, the Vice Chairman of China Merchant Port, to on stage give us a speech.
Dr. Mu Ke-xiong, Professor Richard, and Directors Li and Chuan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm extremely delighted to attend the grand opening ceremonies of the Hong Kong London MedTech Joint Laboratory here in Hong Kong Science Park. And I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Chinese Academies of Science for its successful achievements in establishing the Hong Kong Institutes of Science and Innovations throughout the past 4 years. With no doubt, the establishment of HKISI provides an important platform for our country to develop long-term and in-depth partnerships with different exclusive foreign institutions around the world, such as the King's College London. I believe the collaborations with KCL can be very helpful to strengthen Hong Kong's targets as the International Innovations and Technology Center. Under the principles of one country, two systems, Hong Kong's role as a super connectors between mainland and the world has become more and more crucial, given to our unique advantages, and also given to the rapid developments in the Greater Bay Area. We can foresee a serious innovation and technology collaborations between China and the world will definitely take place in Hong Kong. Ladies and gentlemen, let's join our hands together to embrace opportunities through tighter cooperations. I believe with our efforts and contributions, we can further improve our innovation and technology industry and eventually to build the human communities with a shared future. Thank you very much, and I wish today's event very successful. Thank you.
So next, let's welcome to our distinguished guest, Dr. He Chao, the Executive Director and the President of Shanghai Microport Medbot Company.
Good morning, everyone. So thanks for Professor Liu's invitation. It's a pleasure to witness the establishment of the Hong Kong MedTech Hub between College London and CAIR. Back to I was a PhD student. I cooperate with a team from King's College London. Actually, that is the first chance I can cooperate with an international university. I'm very quite impressed by their research and their achievement. CAIR is also one of the topest institutions in robotics research field in China. I believe such combination will definitely promote the development of medical robot field. Microport Medbot focus on the development and industrialization of surgical robots. Right now, we should be the biggest surgical robot company in China. We are established 9 years ago. We can proudly say that our work has promoted the maturity of Chinese domestic surgical robot industry. Our Tomai laparoscopic surgical robot is the first certificated four-arm abdominal surgical robot in China. Almost all the first records of complex surgery for domestic robots were completed by it. We are also developing orthopedic surgical robot. Our Skywalker orthopedic surgical robot has gained approval in China, the US, and Europe. It is the first and the only domestic surgical robot that have begun international commercialization. Our vascular surgical robot is, we cooperate with a French company, and our percutaneous robot, both of these two robots have completed clinical trial and are waiting for approval. There are also several innovation robots that are in clinical trial and under development. As an enterprise from industry, our advantage is industrialization, which is complementary to the innovation and the exploration of research institution. We will definitely have many opportunities for cooperation in lots of areas. Congratulations again for the establishment of the hub, and also looking forward to the extensive cooperation in the future. Thanks.
So our next session will be the official launch ceremony. Please all seated, take a moment while we preparing the stage. So next, let's welcome Professor Zheng Dajun and Professor Seb Osterlin to be seated, and welcome Professor Richard Chambers and Dr. Mu Kexiong to be on stage, and Ms. Lilian Chang on stage, and Mr. Eric Yin on stage. Take a mask off. Unfold and yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and friends, I'm so delighted to announce that the HK MedTech Hub, a partnership between CAIR and King's College London, today is officially launched. So the next session is the coffee break. I would encourage everyone to mingle around and talking to our colleagues. And we're gonna come back at 11, okay? Hey, 没有。 So colleagues and friends, welcome back. So in the next session, first let's welcome Mr. Duncan Chiu, the member of the Legislative Council of Hong Kong for Technology and Innovation, to give us some remarks. I just had an opportunity to show Duncan what we have developed around the MedTech in our center together with King's College London. And I would like to hear very much from Duncan your opinion and your suggestions.
Thank you, Liu Juan. Distinguished guests and friends joining the ceremony. It's my pleasure to join the launch ceremony of the Hong Kong MedTech Hub. We just had a tour. I actually just visited, I think, few months back, and look at many exciting MedTech deployments at the CAIR Center. And I think this morning we have enough background information about Hong Kong's determination to build up as a MedTech hub. And it's definitely it's very clear in our blueprint that the government actually announced in December 2022 that their field angle would be the focus of Hong Kong's tech ecosystem. And biotech and life science is definitely a key part. I think it went first in the blueprint. So definitely I think the determination of the government building a MedTech ecosystem and bioscience deployments in Hong Kong, not just as a research center, but also an implementation center, or maybe also as a standard and compliance center in Asia or maybe globally. So I think the determination is definitely huge. And to be a MedTech hub, well, you won't be a hub unless you have global talent, you know, coming to a place to work on things together. So it's a very encouraging today to witness also the King's College team coming all the way from UK to Hong Kong. I know there's always been very close tie, but you know, having these kind of close collaborations and centers being built in Hong Kong means a lot in helping to bridge the technology gap between Hong Kong and other countries. So definitely, I think having the talents here as you know a little promotion of my submissions to government all along. You know, to be a MedTech hub center or to be a tech hub center, the number one thing definitely we have to attract talent. And the way to attract talents, I always emphasize, we have to use 3 arrows. One is land, you know, another is investments, and the last one is policy. So I think with the new government term, we have new sites, you know, not just in here in Science Park, but also in the Northern Metropolitan. There's many new land we can use to develop sites for manufacturing, productions, research in medical and related technology. And investments, you all will see in the news that we just have the new vehicle formed by the government, which is the Hong Kong Investment Corp, encompassing about 62 billion Hong Kong dollar for investments and attraction of 30 investors into Hong Kong. So the investments is there. And policy, that would be something that I will still work in LegCo capacity to come out with better standards and you know, the bridge with GBA, how to have forthcoming policies in Hong Kong where developments and research products coming out from Hong Kong can expand into Greater China market, if not just GBA. So that's the next thing we have to work in LegCo. So again, I think this is a great timing to establish MedTech or bioscience related projects in Hong Kong. Definitely, if there's anything I can help, please let me know. Again, you know, LegCo, we just work as the bridge between the industry and government. So definitely, we're going to see great future. And again, congratulations on the joint lab and all the good success will be coming. Thank you.
So the next, I would like to take several minutes to explain to our guests and audience what is the name of HK MedTech come from, what it stands for, and what we're gonna do within the MedTech Hub. So next. Next slide, please. So the name is Professor Seb Oselin and I being brainstorming for a while, and in the end, we agreed together with Daniel the name HK MedTech Hub. So HK has two meanings. So first, H is the initial of Hong Kong Institute of Science and Innovation, Chinese Academy of Sciences. And K stands for King's College London. And HK also stands for Hong Kong. Thank you. The term MedTech Hub actually has special meaning because at London, we have a St. Thomas MedTech Hub, which is being developed by SAB in London and aim to be one of the largest concentration of MedTech research facility embedded into a hospital environment. It's very unique, very outstanding. And we are aiming to bring this concept and philosophy to Hong Kong. And in Science Park, we have a close relationship with Hospital Prince of Wales. We don't have a hospital built in Science Park, but we have our friends from Prince of Wales. So we are trying to transfer this philosophy with St. Thomas Hospital into Science Park and Prince of Wales. Next, please. And I want to just share a story. So I basically, once I come to Hong Kong, I see, so combining the things I learned from King's College and learned from SAB. So basically understand how to translate research into clinical use and getting the expertise for the quality management, good manufacturing practice of medical devices, and combined our strengths in flexible robotic technology, the engineering capability with the fact that we are very close to Shenzhen, and we can get access to the Great Bay Area, as Duncan just mentioned. And through close collaboration with Dr. Danny Chen's group, through rounds of exercise and close discussions. And so last December, we are awarded the Bank of China Science and Technology Innovation Prize, which we are very honored to receive this prize. And this is the first major prize in Hong Kong designed to boost science and technology development. So I just want to use this example to show that by following this philosophy and by combining the complementary expertise, we can achieve something great. Danny said the mission is not accomplished. We haven't reached patient yet, so we will try to working hard. And next, please. So that's exactly we need HK MedTech Hub to continue pushing this mission forward. So in this MedTech Hub, we're gonna do basically activities around 3 criteria. So first, we are gonna do research. Our research is gonna focus on surgical data sciences. So basically, we're gonna combining the strengths from KCL in fundamental AI large model and the expertise from King's College on the advanced medical imaging technology, and try to pursue in this domain. And we're gonna do translational R&D, which gonna be including surgical planning, AR for neurosurgery, smart surgical instrument for robotic laparoscopy. So we are trying to providing this extra element to advance today's robotic surgery. And thirdly is our key focus is to develop soft roboticized endoscope for difficult natural orifices. So our initial focus will be around GI. So we hope can have a more discussion with Professor Philip Chiu to see how can we move forward on this GI, which is a very important area for human health. And also having an open source MANSAP is very important. So we're gonna contribute to MONAI, which is led by Professor Seb Oselin at King's College London. Now is becoming a huge consortium, which is, I think, the world's top open source software platform for surgical data analysis. So we're gonna be part of this community. Next, please. So here are just some project highlights. So we prepared demo upstairs on the 3rd floor. So if you look at your badge, there is a time, lab visit time showing there. So because of the capacity of space, we have to split our guests into 2 groups. So if you see your lab visit time is in the morning session, basically just right after my talk. So please follow our staff, go to the 3rd floor. And if you see your time is located in the afternoon, there will be an opportunity during the afternoon symposium. During the coffee break, you can have the opportunity to visit the lab. So basically, that's all I want to say. So next. And thank you, and let's start the lab tour. And hopefully we can show you some exciting development from CAIR, from King's College London, and from our already the collaboration together. So the place is just the same building. You just take 1 floor up, and there will be our staff waiting for you at the entrance of our center. Thank you very much. And by this, we officially close the lab launch ceremony, and see you all in the afternoon. Bye-bye.